All right, what's up, everybody? So today we're gonna do FreeCAD again. I'm gonna do have a couple things here. I have this, which of course it's gonna be. This is a little bigger here. You're not gonna be able to see this very well, but this is like a little mount for airline, or it's like just a little metal mount. But it came with the kit, and I'm assuming it's for the airline. There's a little piece of airline in it. It's just like a little thing. I think I could just 3D print these though. I'm gonna do that, and then I have these. This is just a bit of airline, and then the other thing that I need to do is I'm gonna try to 3D print a mount for this switch. Maybe. I mean, like I could put a little bracket. I could like make a piece of metal and cut it out. That might work too. I got the switch, but I don't have any sort of bracketing. It didn't come with any. I kind of like got distracted from what I was doing. I was going to buy one with a bracket and I didn't. So I think I could just 3D print one real quick and then we'll do that. So first though, I need like a ton of these though, because I want to run this airline. I'm going to have to run this airline all over the place because I got new cylinders coming. So there's going to be 4 cylinders in the bathroom box to lift it up. And one cylinder on the tongue of the trailer as a jack, which I already did. And then the 2 airbags, obviously, and whatever else. So let's make a new project here. We'll create a body, start a sketch on the XY plane. And then we'll just get the polyline and basically draw this basic shape. I think I'm going to print it from the side up. So what I'll do is I'll just do, one of these. And then basically push M 3 times to make that curve. So we need to kind of like curve around to here. Something like that. I'm going to do another curve there just to keep it sort of somewhat good. And then, let's see. Let's do another curve here. Okay, and then we'll kind of just see. I don't know if this is going to work exactly how I want it to, but if I can kind of there. Okay. So we want this line to be straight. We want this one's already straight, I think. I don't know if this one is though. Is this one? I don't think that one is either. Okay, it already does. One of these is missing one. Which one is it? This one? Okay, there we go. Okay, so what we need is this one needs to be a lot smaller. Actually, that and that could probably go together. There we go. What about these two? Like this and this might need to equals each other in arc in radius. So 8 millimeters, huh? I feel like that's too big. Let's see. So let's start out with what size we actually need this to be. I should have put the battery in my calipers. Before I started here, so I'm gonna measure the one that the kit brought. I think the one that the kit came with, so we'll basically use that for our design here. I'm gonna print this out of TPU though. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I think it'll be alright. Who knows? Let's see. So the whole thing from side to side is, hold on, 638 millimeters. Helps if you zero it out. Okay, so 28 millimeters. So basically from the edge of over here to here is 28 millimeters. And I'm like I'm still not super good with lengths. So how big, if we want this to be about 28, because it should be about that. I'm just going to put one screw in each of these. Basically get some self-tappers and just self-tap them out wherever I'm running the airline. I thought about also doing one of these for the wires. So I might use them for wires too. Just anywhere where I have wires running, I'll just put one of these in if it ends up working well. So basically from here to here, if we put a construction line over here, okay, and then we go from here to here, if we make that equal, what did I say, 20 what? I forgot already. 28 millimeters. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to go from the dot to there. Minus 28. I don't know why I always work in this negative area here, but that's just what I do. Okay, so can I move all of this? No. Okay. So how do I get the edge of this? Let's just define this. We'll define this. What happened? I turned that into a construction line somehow. Is this a construction line too? Okay, I don't know. Somehow I turned that into a construction line. All right. I think if I click on lines and click that, it turns them into construction lines. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so let's define this radius. Okay, well, let's say it's 3. And then this and this need equals. Okay. So if it's 3, then it's 1.5 millimeters, because that's the diameter, right? So 1.5 minus 28, so that'd be 26.5 to here. So how much is this one going to be? Let's define this radius. Let's measure the thing. It will help it give us like a little bit of a ballpark. Well, what's the line? So the airline is 6.2 millimeters. So maybe 6 millimeters. Actually, let's do 6.5 because, well, I don't know if we want it a little bigger or not. So we'll do 6.5 and see how bad that screws up our model here. So is that the radius? No, that's the thing. Okay. So let's shorten some of these. And so we probably don't want these to actually be 3. Should probably make this like 1. There we go. Now we're looking more like it. So we basically want it to be about this long here. Let's push this over here. Okay, so I don't know if I put a distance between here and here, if we want that to be 1 millimeter, you know, so that's already constrained at 1. How come this one isn't? If that one is, I wonder. So if I do this, what would that do you think? If I put in a 1 millimeter, so that constrains that. So now we have 2 that are stuck there. Okay, so let's do this, but from here would be, let's do minus 0.5. Yeah, 0.5, right? That's what that should be. Same thing with this. Minus 0.5. Okay. So now this distance here, oh, the outer shouldn't be 0.65. The inner should be. So this needs to be 0.65 plus whatever we want. And I think it needs to be 8.5 because I think I'm going to do 1 millimeter. So 1 millimeter here, 1 millimeter here. So this one should be 6.5, and it already is because it's attached to that. Okay. And then, so then, I think that's pretty much it, right? How much distance should be between here and here? Because it's basically the screw is going to go into here and, you know, pull this down, right? To clamp around the situation over there. And so I don't know. Can't really make those smaller. Not really sure if I want to anyways. And then I don't know what else to constrain. I guess all of this stuff. So the size is constrained, but not necessarily the distance, which minus 25 we'll say. Oh, that puts us out. We should actually do that. It's less. Why can't I do minus 20? How little can I do? Can do minus 24. That's actually pretty close. It's probably good enough there. Okay, so let's straighten this out here a little bit. Maybe if we constrain these as a certain length, it'd be what? If we do 16. And then this one is 17. Then it kind of forces it to go there, but now I can't. Like, we definitely don't want that, so maybe, what if this one's 16 too? Okay, it can't be. 16 and a half. And then that forces that there, so let's go 16.2. No, that makes it move the wrong direction. 16.8. Okay, I think that's what we want. Okay, so now, basically, if we constrain this to this at some other distance, what would that be? 5. Then now are we fully constrained? There's one more. What is it? I don't know what it is. I don't see any green dots lighting up here. Like I can't move anything. Can I? Maybe it's not a real constraint. Let's pretend. Because, yeah, I can't really move anything, so I don't see what it could be. I mean, maybe these. Okay, whatever. Calling that good. Okay, so let's pad that up to how thick. If we do it the same thickness as the one that I have here, which I might want to go a little thicker because this is metal, it's 10 millimeters. So, yeah, if we do 15 millimeters, like, is that necessary? I'm going to do it as a TPU. I mean, it's like super sticky. It seems to be good in, you know, all conditions. It's like phone case material. In fact, I print phone cases in it. It's like this, you know, there's a phone case. So, and I wonder how thick this is, because so it'd actually probably be pretty good. Yeah, this is maybe 1 or 2 millimeters. It says 1.8, but I've kind of got it in there weird. Let's see if we can. 1.6 millimeters. I think that should be good. This is going to be 2 millimeters once it's shoved together. I mean, this right here will be 1 millimeter, right? And I don't think I need to do any extra chamfering or anything like that. It's only 1 millimeter anyway, so I think if it would just print it just like that, it should be good. Oh, we got to put a hole in it. Okay, let's see. So we need a new sketch. And let's see, let's get this straight here. So we can go through the XZ and right here. So how big is the hole that we want? Now I might want to chamfer this hole. Looks like it's about 4 millimeters. 4 millimeter hole. Okay, so let's just make a hole here. Um, 7.5. And I don't know how far from this edge we should do. Minus like 8 maybe. And then how big? 4 millimeters. Seems small. But that's how big this one is, so, and I mean, we did make this a lot wider than, I mean, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should do -5 on this. Oh, except we want it at 5. No, what am I doing wrong here? Okay, this one, I want it at 5. And this one, I want it at -5. And then, actually, I should probably do like -7, let's say. Okay, so then let's actually go back and change this pad to 10 again. Let's try this and see how it goes. Okay, so that's pretty centered. That should be good. Okay, let's go to the sketch and pocket the holes. So there we go. So we can slice this and send it to the printer, and I'll try to source a screw. Well, I'll print a bunch of these and get a screw. And then I'll just put a screw through there into the metal or whatever. That should be good, I think, right? And this is just going to be like on the, kind of on the frame or wherever I can to kind of hold the airlines in place while we're driving around or whatever. So let me save this real quick and then we will move on to the other bracket. Let's see, what do I want to call this? Airline holder, or I don't even know what this little thing would be called. Let's see, airline holder. That's fine, I guess. Save. Okay. So now let's make a new sketch. And let's go with the body. Okay, so what I'm thinking on this is I'm going to do kind of a similar thing. I'm just going to make like 2 or 3 self-tapping holes, and this is just going to drill and tap into like either part of the frame or, something like that. Just put some self-tapping screws into somewhere, wherever this thing sits. I might just do it right on the side of the actual air cylinder itself that lifts the front. So this is for my tongue jack. I was thinking about just putting this on there, and then I would just be able to just air it up and air it down, and I wouldn't really have to worry about a regulator. I would just put so much air in it with this switch, and whatever pressure it is, because I don't need that to be pressurized while I'm driving, right? But the reason I went with an air jack on the front, or an air cylinder, was because its supply will be hooked up to the same system that dumps the airbags in the trailer. So when I get it all wired up the way I want it, I'll be able to hit a button on a key fob and the whole trailer will drop. So that it'll just be kind of automatic, But that includes the front too. So I'll put down the the stabilizers and just hit the button and it'll drop. So what I need to do, so for this will need to be like an angle, I think. It'll kind of be like an angle bracket. So I think it will kind of come off of something, basically I just need it to go angle over and then straight down. So an L shape. And then I'll reinforce it with some gussets. So let's go new sketch. The XY. We'll go to the polyline. So as I'm looking at this, though, it is a little bit offset. I guess this is up, right? Yeah, this should be good if I just do it straight up and down. So what I need is kind of an L. So something like kind of like that. And if you draw these, you can do them like I do them. Like I get them all weird first, and then I come through and start straightening this stuff out here. It's just the way it is. So basically these will be horizontally constrained like this. Okay, so what it'll be is the bracket will be in here. And so we need to actually have this area in as well. And I don't know if I should add that now or later. If I could add it and now, can I pocket it out? Or if I should just add another part to it. I think I'll just add another part to it. So how big do we need this to be? Well, this will be sitting in it like this way. And so this will be the pad for this. It needs to be, so it's 45 to the outside of this. So it probably needs to be like, make it like oversized, like 70 millimeters. What is it? So it's 46. Let's see if we can figure out the actual hole. So the hole is going to be if I can get it inside of here. The hole is going to be 37 millimeters. So what can we do? Well, maybe this little thing is going to have to spring down to get into the hole. I think the hole is going to have to be 40 millimeters. Let me see. Yeah, maybe even bigger to spring this thing down to get it in. Um, 43 millimeters. Okay, so 43. So if I make the outside 70, I should have room. So basically, how wide is this thing? If we make this part, because this will be the width, like we make it like 34, let's just do 35 millimeters plus the wall thickness. And if I make these, how wide should I make these? At least 5. Let's try 5. Okay, so so then what? So the whole thing will be 5 millimeters, or 40 millimeters. Okay, so if I do this thing at 35, then, oops, that's not what I wanted. 35 millimeters. That's what we want there. Okay, so we'll just kind of do this like sort of like angle thing. So this will be 35 as well, I think, or almost 35. I know. Stop. Okay, this one. 35. I don't know if this one should be 35 or not. Because it kind of... Does it mess up our stuff? No, it doesn't mess up our stuff. If we put these... Like... Yeah, it should be good. We could actually... We could put these on this line, I think. We put this on here. And same thing with this. It will kind of square it out, right? Make it stop moving around so much. See that? So now we can just do this. And then from here to here, we'll put in a distance of 5 millimeters, and that should give us our thickness, right? So now the only thing that we have to change is the radius here. So if we just make that 8, it fully constrains the whole thing. Okay, so let's close that, and then we're going to pad that up to 70. And that will give us our overall there. It's basically just making an angle iron. Then we're going to put holes in it. So we'll have some holes on the side, and then a big hole over here for the actual thing, which is going to be 43. 43 by what? 43 by 17. 43 by 17. Like, how tall is this whole thing? It's like 70 millimeters tall. Or 62. Okay, anyway, so 43 by 17. So now let's make another sketch. We'll make a hole. So we want it on the XZ here. And we just need like a rectangle that's 17 millimeters wide and 43 tall. And then, so this is 70, right? So we need to make it, what's 70 minus 43? Be a 27. What's half of 27? 13 and a half. So if we make this 13.5 up, then that centers us that way. And then this was 35 millimeters from here to here, which is approximately centered. So that'd be 15 plus 2.5, 17 millimeters. Or 17.5 this way too. No, I must have done that wrong. Oh, that would be the halfway point, right? We need to do 17. 35 minus 17 would be what? It would be 18. Half of 18 would be 9. Yeah, so we're already almost there anyways. So, or do we want to offset it? Yeah, I think that's what we want. Okay, let's close that, and then let's move the attachment point on that. I'm going to try something here and see if this, let's move it to just right there. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll pocket that. So there's our hole, right? It's at 5 millimeters, which is what it's going to go through. So, and I don't know, I might want to, I'll probably do some kind of chamfer or whatever you call it on that, fillet, because this thing has to like flex. So like there's this push tab thing. It has to push down in. Oh, there actually is another dimension we need here because it's not going to go in. So from here to here, that's only 3.4 that would actually grab. On this side, it's only 2 millimeters. So this thing can't even, it can't be like this anyways. It's basically, we need a 2 millimeter situation here, not a 5, to hold this in. Either that or I shave some of it off. I guess I could shave some of it off on this side. I don't know so much about this side though. I don't know if it's going to be strong enough if it's 2 millimeters, though. That's the other issue. I was going to put in some like gussets on the side here, which I should do, but I don't know. I guess maybe if we make it a box, it would be stronger, but it'd be harder to screw in. So let's push OK on that, and then we'll grab another sketch here on the XZ. And what we'll do, actually, let's not do that. Let's do the sketch. Let's do another sketch here on the XY. And what this will do is we'll pocket out. We'll make this, we'll leave the top. We'll just take some out of the bottom on both sides. So we'll make one of these basically. And then so from here to here, what was it? 9? Wait, what is happening? Because that should really be, I thought that was like 9. Maybe the whole thing was 9 wide. Okay, there we go, -9. Okay, so that should put us to the edge there. And then this was, I think, 17, right? 17, and so that should put us to the edge over there. And as far as the height of the thing, oh, that's the constraint I was on earlier. If we want it to be 2 millimeters, then this should be 3, right? And then the bottom of this to here is 39, as I recall. 39, and so that just puts it right up in there. So we're just going to pocket out from here all the way back, and it'll just, or actually, we'll pocket out just some of this and some of that, and then I think it will remain sort of strong. Okay, so let's close that, and let's move this attachment point into here somewhere. We go to our Z here. So I don't know exactly how many millimeters in. This could be 7 millimeters in is probably where it should be from the side of this. But I don't know exactly where that is in space right now. So let's just go in a ways, like something like that. That should be probably good. Something in there. Okay. And then we'll pocket this out to, I don't know how many we need to do. We need to reverse it. Okay. Until it goes all the way over to the other side, and we'll do a certain amount over there too. We'll just have to eyeball it, it looks like. Something like that. And then that will give us this, that should give us a good thing there. Okay, okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now what do we need? We just need, so we won't chamfer since we did that, and I'll just, if it doesn't work, I'll revisit it. Okay, so now we need some screw holes over here. If we use the same method as before, we can do 4 millimeter holes. So let's do another sketch here. And this time we'll do it on the the XY plane, because we'll just be punching holes in over here. And then, should we make well, let's try this, and then we'll make the gussets next. Okay, so let's grab some holes. Maybe we could just do like 4. Does that seem all right? Okay, let's put them all the same. So we'll just $4 millimeters. Can't really see that, but that's what they are. Okay, so here from here, we'll do the whole thing was 35 millimeters long. So what's that divided by 4? Of course, I have to do weird freaking. I have to do weird calculations. Let's just put them about where we would think, and then we'll figure out. Well, actually, let's put them in a little more because I'm going to try to put some gussets on them. If we put them in a little more, it might help. So from there to there is what? 10. That sounds good. Okay. From there to there, we'll put it as 10 as well. And then from here to here is what? 24. So let's do 25. And then from here to here, we'll do 25. Okay. Then from here to here is what? We'll do 20. I think the whole thing is 70, right? So is 20 correct? If I do 20 from there and 20 from there, what does that leave in the middle? 30. So this one should be 50. Okay. All right. So now we'll close that and we'll pad. Let's see. Let's change that attachment point. Position. Let's change it up to there. Okay. And then we will pocket that out. To 5 millimeters. What I might do too on this is I might chamfer these holes down, because what I'm going to try to do is get a screw that has a chamfer on it and a flat head that's a self tapper. I don't know if this is going to work or not, and if I can't get one, then I'll just get a screw like that and then I'll drill the holes, or use a self tapper first and then put that type of screw in. The reason is because I need those screws for a hinge on the door anyways, and so so I might as well just buy a bunch of them like that. I do already have some 5/8 actually for this. Not 5/8, 5/16. I have some 5/16 screws that would probably be fine for this, and lots of other things. But so if I don't chamfer that, then it won't really matter. And I think I'm just going to try to do this out of PLA, and this will be a test, whether the PLA will, hold up to the sun. If not, I do have some ABS. I can print this out of ABS, but it just takes a little bit more setup. Okay, now let's try to get these triangles here. So we'll put one there, and the other one down there. We'll try to put a gusset in here. Okay, so let's make a new sketch, and we'll do it on this plane this time. Basically, just make a polyline here that just goes on the inside of this and is a square, right? Let's put that there, and then we'll connect it in a minute. So I'll come over here and mute this pocket. And then we can just take these and connect them. Okay, so we should be good still on our pocket there. So now let's constrain these lines to be whatever, 41, I guess. Which constrains that, and then so let's do this one at 40, I guess. Okay, so let's make sure we're still good here. Still good and hidden. So, we could put a curve here though. Let's see, so can I delete this? I don't know if I can, no, this is not how you do this. Let's go Control Z. Then let's just do this. We just get our polyline here and go from here, and then M. Wait, why are you not working? Okay, let's get the polyline from here to here, and then go M. And then let's basically put that on there. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll grab this tool, which is a trim edge, and we can delete that line and that line, I think. Right? Yeah, so now there's no more lines there. So we can actually delete this line too. We don't need that line or that line, because this and this need to go together. And actually that and that need to go together. So now, how do we want to do this? Because like we could just square it off, right? But maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should like put some little bit of a curve into it like that or something. So let's define this length. Let's say it's 18, and this length is going to also be 18, and then this curve will just be whatever it is. Like we could square it like that and just make it round, but I mean it's already going to have like these bumps. You know, I wonder if like, yeah, let's just square it at 18 and 18. So we might have to make this thing again. So we need to put this point on this line. Oh, come on. Push the wrong one. Okay, so will it let me put this on that line now? I don't think it did. I think it errored. But we do want these to be the same. Like I could just pocket it out. I could make this thing and then pocket out. I guess we'll try that. Close it and then pad it. We'll just pad it for the whole thing, which is like 70, right? Yeah. And then we'll go through and pocket out the middle there again at 60 millimeters. Okay, so now let's just add another sketch. On what plane though? So we need to go in this way. So on the XZ plane. Then we'll just put we'll get one of these. Okay. It'll basically be something like that. It'll be 60 millimeters. Actually, we should be able to put these lines on the same plane, right? Like that should be like that. And then this should be 35, I think. Oh no, it doesn't. No, because it has a curve. So maybe 39. I think that's what the other one was. So it's probably the same. Okay, so this one should be 60. Okay, and then from here to here should be 5. 5 millimeters. That should center us out there. Close, and then we'll pocket that in, I think 39, right? No, that's not right. We need to go in more, or we need to be bigger. Yeah, that doesn't go all the way in. Let's see. So let's try 40 and see what happens. Where's my holes at? Yeah, so there's supposed to be holes on the back here, and they're not showing up either. So I think I need to go a little bit bigger on my sketch. And I don't remember what this dimension is that I'm supposed to pocket to. Maybe it's because what is my attachment at? Okay, now I just went through the whole thing. Okay, 41 got me to there. Okay, so that's that way. So maybe I need to do 40 or 41 the other way. But I also don't want like this front thing here. Okay, so I need to make it bigger on my sketch. So let's try deleting this thing and making this thing 41. And then it kind of pushed it out on both sides. Let's see what happens there. Okay, so now I think I'm back to... No, it went in here. It's not a big deal, but see, like, I don't want that edge there. So let's try to get that exact. So how do we do this? If we do 40.1, what does it look like? It's still there, but it is there. And what is the... Let's put this sketch up. Okay. So actually, I think that this needs to... If I put this back over here, push close, what happens? Okay, my holes are still there. So that's actually this side. So the other side needs to move in. That's what needs to happen. Some amount. So let's delete that. And then I think what we need to do is we need to put a distance between here and here. Let's try like 0.10 millimeters and see what happens here. So it needs to go more to take out this and to take out that. So if we go like 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, what happens? Push close on that. Okay, so it's not 2 millimeters. Maybe it's more like 1. Maybe it's like 0.9, because I think there still is an edge there. There's still a face there. Okay, let's try 0.9. .9 millimeters. No, there's still a face there. Or do I need to go up? Yeah, I think I'm making the face bigger. 1.1 millimeters. I think that's a line. Okay, I think that's where we're good. 1.1 millimeters. I guess I could have just moved it. Okay, so the other thing is now that it's padding into here. So let's work on the other side. So that's how much it's padded out. So if we go 40 millimeters, what do we get? That's too far. So 40.5, what do we get? Not enough. 40.9, not enough. 40.99. Oh, we're getting closer. 41. I thought we had it at 41. It's still like... So I don't know why it's doing this. Oh well. I think it's good enough. I mean, I'll print it and see if it's too weird, then, you know, I'll reprint it or whatever. Okay, so, oh, we don't have our holes anymore. So it's almost like it's not going to let me do this way. It's not going to let me pad this correctly. I'm going to add in here. Oh well, we have spaced, so it is what it is. Let's try 1.2. Wait, is that, what direction was that going in? So I don't know what direction this is going in. Let's try 1.5 and see what happens. Okay, so that is going, so I need to go the other way with it. Because that, 0.5, let's see what that does. Does that give us our holes back? No. Wait, which way is this thing going? Yeah. So 0, that gives us our holes back, but it gives us a little edge there. So maybe I can go back to, can I go back to whatever, 1 or whatever, and then there's no really lip there, and then I can go to my hole pocket and put it out more, maybe. Let's see. Oh, if we move the position. So it's there, but it's not pocketing. Does this pocket need to be down more? Is that the issue? Like, oh no, I messed things up bad. Okay, so pocket 2. Is this the, yeah. So, all right, well, that's not going to work either. So what, for whatever reason, I always want to run into these weird freaking things when I'm trying to stream this stuff. 1.1, close. Okay, so do we have our holes now? No. Am I going in the right direction? Still no holes. I can't tell if I'm moving that way or that way, though. I think I'm moving the right way. Let's go to the model and put it up here. Oh, no, I'm not. That's why I'm moving away from it. Not towards it. So 0.9. Will this show us? Yeah. Okay, still no holes. Okay, whatever. Let's make this bigger. 41. Okay, now we have holes. Okay, so I think this is actually the part that I'm moving. So let's put that back to 0, because I think I have this kind of turned or flipped around backwards. Let's see what this looks like. Close. Okay, what was the issue there? It like creates this weird face thing here. So I guess we need that after all. Okay, so I think we're good. Good enough, right? If we just print it like this, or, well, actually, if we print it like this, it'll be all right. It'll put a little bit of supports in these holes that we can just drill out or pull out. And shouldn't really need any other supports. All right, well, there you go. So that gives us an air bracket and a bunch of these to print. And so I can start printing those and then get that on there. Oh, should we chamfer these holes? Just in case I do get the right type of screws. Let's just control click all of these here. Then we'll try to do one chamfer on all of them the same. So I'll just do 2, if it'll let me. Yeah, 2 millimeters. Okay. And then if I do get those types of screws, then that might help there. So, okay, well, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.